What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. I still believe in XDefiant. And I know this doesn't sound like an outlandish claim to make. I've talked very positively about this game since its launch. But I see a lot less people talking about the game. I see a lot less excitement within this community. There's little to no discourse now when it comes to XDefiant. People are moving on. They're getting excited for Black Ops 6. But here I am, still playing this game, enjoying it, and looking forward to the future. This game is riddled with flaws. It's riddled with shortcomings. But nonetheless, I still see all of the good that it has to bring to this genre and to this community. And it's the belief that Ubisoft and the development team that is working on XDefiant is going to figure it out. I really hope that my belief doesn't lead me astray, and at some point this game just completely shatters any hope of delivering. Because I'm going to be honest with all of you. I was playing earlier today and I came to the realization this is still a beta. That's what XDefiant is. I know they had an open beta a year ago, but the game still feels as if it's in beta. Sure, it's adding content here and there, and it's fixing stuff here and there. But overall, the experience that I have and the flaws that the game has feels more like a game that's in a beta state than a game that's ready to fully launch and capitalize on its success. It's not ready to capitalize yet. It's nowhere near it. It still is in the building phase of its development cycle. There is a lot of problems that this game has to solve. Most notably, and the most talked about one, being netcode. We know the netcode and hit detection isn't there. When it is there, though, holy smokes, does it lead to an extremely fun game. And that's the problem. The inconsistencies still lend themselves to create a very frustrating experience. And that's what they need to get rid of. But I believe in this development team to figure it out. They're constantly working at it. They're trying different things out. They're not just being complacent in what's going on. They're not just sitting there and saying, you know what, whatever, we'll work on everything else and then circle back to the netcode. No, they have dedicated teams working on different avenues and aspects of the game, making sure that the game can all come together at some point and really achieve its true success. And that's all that we should care about as a community. We need to continue to be critical of the game, be honest about the game, but at the same time, realize that the game is slowly but surely getting better. You compare the game today to where it was at this point in Season 1, a couple weeks into Season 1, the game is far better than it was. It has its shortcomings, it has its issues, but it's still better than what it used to be. And if they continue to make these little steps forward, we're going to have a great game. They just released their first limited time mode this weekend, and it went off without a hitch. There was quite a good success behind it. People were having fun. There's problems with some of the shotguns, but overall, I think people enjoyed themselves. Something a little bit fun, something to not take itself so seriously. And maybe that's how XDefiant can capitalize on their community's enjoyment of the game. Not take itself too seriously. Understand that the game is going to have problems. Understand that it's going to be goofy and wacky, and not all of us have to try to be super try-hard Twitch streamers that just are trying to farm clips. And instead, go into the game understanding that it's going to have flaws, it's going to have problems, and just trying to enjoy it regardless of that. And this isn't me trying to say, hey, I want you to have fun no matter what, or dictate your experience. No, but I want us to approach it differently. Because we want to approach XDefiant as if it's a 10-year franchise that has gone through thick and thin. No, this isn't Call of Duty. This isn't Halo. This isn't Battlefield. It is a brand new franchise developed by developers that are still trying to hone their craft and hone the game that they are trying to deliver to their community. And while, yes, in the past there were games that went off without a hitch, were absolute gangbusters, were massive successes, that's not the landscape of gaming today. You need to slowly but surely build your audience. Fortnite wasn't an overnight success. It slowly built its audience. Now, granted, it was a lot better than what XDefiant's been. They had a netcode that seemed to function, and the game was fun as a result. But I'm not looking for XDefiant to have the success that Fortnite has. Instead, what I'm trying to do is have it get to a state where it's complete, and where it can carve out this nice little niche within this genre. It doesn't need to compete with Call of Duty. It just needs to be there to remind Call of Duty that there are competitors. It doesn't need to take on CS:GO 2 or take on Valorant. It just needs to be there to remind them that we're there too, to compete with them. A good competitive landscape for gaming is better for all of us. And I don't know why so many people have been against XDefiant from the beginning. It feels like every single time somebody pops up and says they like XDefiant, 5 people come at them and tell them every reason why they're wrong. You can dislike this game, and that's totally fine. But you cannot ignore or deny that more competition is better for this landscape than it being hogged by 4 or 5 different franchises. The reason why I'm so harsh on Halo, for instance, a game that I don't talk about as much as I used to, is because they've completely fizzled out into irrelevancy. They're getting a third-person mode soon, which might bring back maybe like 100 players, but no one cares about Halo because it's not big enough anymore, because they tried to be too much like the other games and didn't maximize their experience for their players like they used to. XDefiant has to stop trying to be like Call of Duty and just sink its teeth into being XDefiant. Perfect the formula that you have. That's why I reminisce so fondly on Halo 3, is it was the perfection of Halo's formula. And they've just gone away from that ever since. It's never really made sense to me. But to bring this all back into the original idea of me believing in this development team and believing in this game, there's a lot of positive signs that we're going to have a completely different game in a few months' time. And I'm not saying, hey, hold on, please hold on, don't let go, the game will eventually get good. No, come back when the game's better. But acknowledge and hope that the game gets to where they want it to be. Because I see the roadmap, and I've gone through that thing in depth, both on this channel and at my own leisure, thinking about all the possibilities, all the avenues they're going to take Season 3, and even the later months of Season 2. And it just gets me to a place of they're going to figure it out, and they're going to deliver on this game. And I think that's the best thing I can say. It would be so fun to have both this and Black Ops 6 to play throughout the entirety of the winter and next spring. That would be so awesome for all of us. That's what we need to have. You need to have those differing experiences. You can't just continuously play one game all the time. I mean, maybe you can, but I can't. I like to spread my gaming across several different games. That used to be Halo 3 and Call of Duty for me, but not a lot of people are playing Halo 3 anymore. I mean, it might still be more popular than Halo Infinite, but I digress. The meat and potatoes of this and the takeaway is, I still believe in XDefiant. I want you to as well. Don't fade away and just forget about this game. Understand that it has its flaws and it's working to rectify them. And at some point in time, when we look back at the journey that XDefiant's gone on, we hope that it's been in a better place than where it came from. And as it stands right now, just judging it from when it released to today, we already see that trend upward. We already see a better game in front of us than what we had just a few mere months ago. And that's what gives me hope. That's what fuels me to continuously talk about this game, cover this game, and research about this game. Because I love it. And I hope you do too. But that's it for the video today. I do want to ask you where you're sitting with XDefiant right now. Are you still somebody who believes in the game like I do, or have you completely given it up? And if so, if you have given this game up, let me know with a comment down below as to why. What was it that led you down the path of completely throwing this game away for good? Would love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being an awesome community. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.